Today is January the 18th, 2025. This is Carmen bringing you your daily Bloodborne Remaster update. No news on a Bloodborne Remaster day or news on the emulator. Even though I say there's news on the emulator, I feel like I need to make it clear. That's because the emulator is like pretty much fully functional at this point. It's fully functional, fully playable. There's some optimization they could do. There's some things to make it a bit better. But for the most part, the emulator is pretty much done. So I might just stop mentioning it because, again, it is pretty much just done at this point. But yeah, I'll get it set up eventually. I don't know when. I need to get more storage for my PC. Helldivers is taking up a whole lot. That plus all the footage for this boss ranking, which I promise I'm working on. I did end up having to like stop for a second, and I'm getting one more run-in of OG Demon Souls because it's short, because I wasn't sure which version of the bosses I want to rank, OG or remake. And the reason there's a distinction is because in the remake they added 8-direction rolling, but as far as I can tell, they did not compensate. Like the hitboxes don't compensate for 8-direction rolling, so sometimes it gets a little what's the best way? The game is kind of misleading you in how you need to dodge some things, because in the remake, like Flameworker's AoE slams are a good example of this. In the original, you're more or less going to try and outrange this. You're going to strafe to one side and then dodge right before it hits, not to iframe it, but to get out of range of it. And in the remake, the problem is because you have 8-direction rolling, your diagonal roll does not get far enough away to avoid the slam. And that just kind of messes with how the fight works. And Old King Alon has got several things that are different in the remake compared to the original. And again, this is just 8-direction rolling stuff. So I have decided I'm going to get in one more run of the original version. I'm going to like replace the Demon Souls bosses accordingly, not based off the remake, because originally I did go off the remake, but I'm going to place them according to where they are in the original game. I'm not placing them from the remake. The footage will be from the remake, but where they are placed will be from the original game. So because Demon Souls is short, I'm just getting that in, and then I'll finish up the script, get it going. I think the recording and editing for this video will be by far the easiest part of this whole thing. The scripting has been a lot though. I scripted it from 268 down to 100, and it's 15,000 words long. So it's a long script. It's a lot of work going into it. I promise I'll get to it. I do work a lot. Worth noting, I have a full-time job that I do. And then just, time for myself, significant other, all the above, is a lot of time is spent elsewhere. So I'll get to it as soon as I can. I'm almost done with this run of Demon Souls, and then I can just finish scripting everything and get it out. I'm going to get it out as soon as I can, promise. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, it's a full series boss ranking. Everything from Elden Ring, plus Shadow of the Erdtree, Sekiro, including mini-bosses, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, including chalices, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 1, Demon Souls. From Elden Ring, we're including the first version of all the bosses. We're not including every single reskin, but the first version, or what I think to be the best version of all the bosses. Plus, if they show up in a duo fight, I'll count them separately. So yeah, the whole list is 268 bosses long. I've been working on it for a while. I spent months just replaying the Souls games just to get footage and have an informed opinion on them. So yeah. Anyways, I'm working on that. I'll go ahead and get out of here now, though. No news on a Bloodborne Remaster today. That's been your daily Bloodborne Remaster update for January the 18th, 2025.